Chris Krok Show, News Talk 820 WBAP. And I have an update from Fox News and Bill Malugin on we have seized control of a park the state of Texas has that is at Eagle Pass. This is amazing. This is something that Governor Abbott's never done, and it's bold, and I like it. The Texas National Guard has seized control of a big park there at the southern border, is now blocking Border Patrol from entering the area. It's part of an effort to stop the surge of illegals into Texas. And you better believe Abbott's expecting to get sued now by the federal government, but that's okay. Well, as per Bill Malugin, he says that Bill Malugin says that they're going to do it, in his opinion, based on what he has seen. In fact, here's what he wrote. This is brand new. Border Patrol Union. Let me go to the top. It's a thread that I've retweeted on my Twitter feed, at Chris Krok Show. That's at Chris Krok Show, ChrisKrok. Follow me on Twitter and also on Facebook. Click the public figure, click like, and jump in and share away. This is from Bill Malugin tonight. Texas Military Department confirms Texas National Guard has seized control of Shelby Park and Eagle Pass. It's city property where mass illegal crossings are. Says Malugin, it's restricting Border Patrol from accessing the area. Says the feds perpetuate illegal crossings. It's the area where Border Patrol has been cutting razor wire. Do you know they even did it after they were ordered not to do it by a judge? Razor wire and fences are now deployed to block the area off from the public and from the federal government, blocking them off. Yes! Let's see. Attached video, which is on my Twitter feed, is from our crew on the ground this morning as they began blocking it off. And Malugin says you can expect DOJ to sue Texas over this. Texas Military Department made a statement, quote, Texas National Guard has maintained a presence with security points and temporary barrier in Shelby Park since 2021. The current posture is to prepare for future illegal immigrant surges and to restrict access to organizations that perpetuate illegal immigrant crossings in Park and Greater Eagle Pass area. Yes! Yes! Now, Malugin has reached out to Border Patrol for a response. Nothing yet. And then, boom, we got this an hour ago. Ready? The city of Eagle... Oh, hold on, wait. Okay, the city of Eagle Pass also confirms its mayor was notified by DPS that Texas was taking control of Shelby Park. He's got the memo here on there. He says, the mayor of Rolando Salinas Jr. says he was notified by DPS. They were taking control of the park. The decision was made as part of Governor Abbott's emergency declaration. Eagle Pass played no role in the decision of the takeover. City attorney is looking into the matter. Why? You want the illegal invasion? Okay. Now, Governor Abbott made comments in the past hour. Quote, as caravans of illegal migrants are moving through Mexico towards the U.S. border, we are making clear that Texas will be a tough place to cross. So that's good. Now, and by the way, somebody else commenting on that saying that Abbott should have done this 3 years ago. I agree. Absolutely agree. Now from Fox News tonight. So, Texas Guard seized control of a park at the U.S. southern border, now blocking Border Patrol from entering the area to stop the surge of illegals. And here, the mayor of of Eagle Pass was informed the decision was made as part of Abbott's emergency declaration. City didn't request it. Border Patrol not allowed in the area. In a statement, Military Department of Texas has maintained presence in the park since 2021. Governor Abbott is not harming... Okay, the Border Patrol Union. Here's what the Border Patrol Union says, because they'll tell the truth. It's the union, not the Joe Biden people, but the union. The Border Patrol Union confirmed to Fox News agents were being blocked from entering by Texas soldiers. Yes! Yes! And praised Abbott for taking matters into his own hand. The Border Patrol praised Abbott for doing this. Quote, this is from Border Patrol Union tonight. Governor Abbott is not harming Border Patrol operations. He is enhancing them. Brandon Judd, who we all are familiar with, the Border Patrol council spokesperson. National Border Patrol Council, Brandon Judd said in a statement, his seizing control of Shelby Park allows our agents to deploy to troubled spots that experience high numbers of gotaways. Governor Abbott's action should be seen as a force multiplier, which is why Joe Biden's going to sue, I'm sure, as Mnuchin says, and I would agree. He's going to sue and try to stop this because he wants to multiply the amount of illegals coming in, not stop them. Fox News says this marks the latest escalation in the feud between Texas and the feds. Just kind of looking through this a little bit. Nothing more on this. They're going to go apoplectic about this tomorrow, though. You and I know it. So I wanted to ask you this. Are you okay with Governor Abbott using these draconian tactics to help stop the illegal invasion that we're under? And draconian has pejorative connotations attached to it, you know? It sounds bad, like, oh, draconian, oh my gosh. But we have to take draconian measures. I think this is a great thing. I think this is fantastic. I'm grateful for this. And I don't care if the federal government sues us, tries to get it struck down, or strikes it down. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Let them keep doing. You know what Abbott's doing? He's doing what Trump did as a leader. He's following Trump, who he's endorsed. What did Trump do? Remember what he did to stop this illegal invasion and other things? He comes at it from every angle. It's like sperm cells trying to break into the ovum, and they come from every angle. They keep pecking before one of them gets in there. What this is it's so many different attempts at this way, that way, this way, and then this might get struck down. Fine, we got all these other ways we're trying. Does that make sense to you? The idea of a sperm cells going from every angle trying to get in there? Same thing. We're attacking from every possible conceivable angle to stop this. Let the federal government take us to court, as Abbott's always like, I'll see you in court. So let them take us to court. Let this go to court over and over and over again to try this. I think this is great. What do you think? Are you okay with Governor Abbott using draconian tactics to help stop this illegal invasion that we're under? 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. That's 800-288-WBAP. Congressman Chip Roy from Central Texas says the governor has my full support to go as far as necessary from a legal perspective to secure the Texas border. Good. So that is awesome. That is fantastic. Big deal. Now, from the latest video I got on there, which is on my Twitter feed, at Chris Krok Show, ChrisKrok, the video is stunning. It really is. What do I mean when I say the video is stunning? It's stunning because there are thousands and thousands of illegals that are penned up in these temporary holding areas outside. And my guess is he's doing mass arrests with these illegals. And yeah, they're right there. It is right there. In fact, I'm gonna pin this to the top of my Twitter profile, so you can see it by just going to my Twitter feed at Chris Krok Show, ChrisKrok. Follow me, and there it is. I just typed one word on this: invasion. This video is beyond breathtaking. I'm telling you, I think there's 5,000 illegals in this video. Just all with what Governor Abbott's doing, he's just lining them up. They're all in this park that he has seized. I swear, one of the things I think he's doing is going to get as many of these illegals rounded up in their custody as possible, to have a field of 5,000-10,000 to show. I mean, this Woodstock, it's a field of humanity, but not for a concert, but they're illegals, all of Joe's illegals. This is brilliant. This is wonderful. Make it so unmanageable and so out of control that when Biden may get the order to take it over or to disperse, that Biden will have 10,000 illegals to deal with, 15,000, just freaking have a sea of them. Whew. So are you okay with with Governor Abbott using these draconian tactics to help stop this illegal invasion we're under? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Coming up next, I'm going to tell you about some of the people that survived and went through the explosion, the hotel explosion in Fort Worth, including people stuck in an elevator with smoke in it. All that next. Chris Krok Show, News Talk 820 WBAP and 93.3 FM. Do you want groceries being delivered to you via drone? We'll talk about that coming up a little later this hour. Also, a girl is made fun of. We're going to do this one next at 10:30. A girl made fun of for having a knockoff Stanley cup. You know, the drink cups that people are beating up folks and panicking and rioting over. A girl's made fun of for having a knockoff one. Mom does a rant you got to hear on social media, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the one thing. What generic thing did your parents get you when you were young that you were embarrassed about or got picked on for having it? Dude, 10:30, we have to do that one. I can't wait to get into it. I've got several of them. Oh, I remember those days vividly. Isn't it funny how we remember those times, even though it was like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago? We're like, you're still unnerved by it? Mm-hmm. Okay. By the way, the video I just pinned to my profile, turns out, was from last month. So I'm gonna unpin it, and but I'm still my post is still accurate. That's an invasion. Okay, now the biggest one I wanted to talk about. There's three pieces I have for you on this the explosion at the Fort Worth Hotel downtown, the Sandman Hotel. You have well, let's talk first about this sweetheart young lady. She's married with kids, and I'm gonna look it up real fast here. Her name is I don't know how to pronounce it. Maite Karen Lopez. There's a GoFundMe for her, and this is definitely something I would support donating for her. We'll have to see where this link is on it, because she is in a bad way in the hospital right now. Can't find the link to it, but she's an employee of the restaurant. Her husband works there too, and he left for his shift. His shift was over. She was still there, and it blew up. And she's fighting for her life, according to the Star-Telegram today, and their great coverage of this, in a Dallas hospital after she was severely burned in Monday's explosion. Maite Karen Lopez, 27. She's got a 3-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy and a loving husband. She's done it right. She's done it right. It's so nice to see that, and she's such a beautiful young woman. Her Lopez's husband also worked at the hotel's basement level. He had left work for the blast. Can you imagine this poor guy? He didn't know where his wife was if she was alive. They spent hours calling and visiting hospitals until they found her. I'm so sorry for this family and what they've gone through. And I pray that she comes out of it. So pray for her, because it looks bad as far as the burns and what the coverage is saying here. She was the one that was the most seriously injured of the 21 hurt in that gas-related explosion, says the Star-Telegram. Now, this is one I have to tell you about. There is an episode of, my wife and I just finished watching 6 Feet Under. Have you watched that one, Producer Garrett? No? You've heard of it. Okay, it's now on Netflix. We have HBO, and I watched it originally with my wife. Here's the most beautiful thing of all. We watched it together when it was actually on HBO back in the day in like 2003 or 4 or 5, whenever it was. And so we're watching it again now. We finished the 6 or 5 seasons. Great show. 2001 to 2005. See, I knew it was something like that. And but there's an episode, and they start off the episode with somebody dying. And each time they change different ways, and you think it's going to be this, then it's not. It's just like the first minute or two, and then it goes on into the main series stuff. And there's a guy who's in an elevator, and he's stuck with a couple other people, and it drops, and they're like, oh, and they're sitting there, and so he's like, wait, we should open up the door. So they open up the emergency doors. You know how you can pull open the elevator doors, and they see that the floor is, they can crawl up onto the floor and get in the hallway, you know what I mean? but it's like only like the top 2 feet of the elevator. You know what I'm saying? So you got, or maybe top 3 feet. So you got to kind of pull up into it and have them shove you up so you can get up and then help others get out. So he's in there. It slightly drops again while he's in there, but he's up there now. He's leaning into the elevator and he's taking a hand, but then it kind of drops a little bit and then cuts him in half. And so that was the guy that died for that episode. And my gosh, so I'm seeing this story about a couple being stuck in an elevator in the Sandman Hotel. Again, from the Star-Telegram. Now, nobody got cut in half, but they were stuck in the elevator, and smoke was filling up the elevator, too. Can you imagine that? Oh, dude. So they're from Prosper. They had just come from grabbing a bite, says the Star-Telegram. When they got back to the hotel, were on an elevator to their room. Immediately heard a loud boom in their elevator going to their room, and the elevator stopped moving. That's scary. That's very scary. Dude. Our initial thought was like a cable broke or the elevator malfunction, he says, but the North Texas couple knew it wasn't an issue, the Star-Telegram reports, with the elevator when the cabin began to fill with thick smoke and debris. Almost like a sandstorm or something. It was weird. They made one of the first calls to 911 at 3:31 p.m. Elevator quickly began operating again before it came to its final stop. All the lights had gone out. That was really where we were kind of freaked out a little bit, he says. No kidding, right? They also began to think there was a fire in the building, leading them to try to open the elevator doors. After forcing their way out of their elevator in the dark, the pair discovered they were on the 9th floor. They took the emergency stairwell, which is right nearby. I walked out. I was shocked to see the front of the hotel is in the street, trying to make sure that me and my wife don't get separated because there's a lot of people, a lot of chaos going on. They experienced some throat and lung irritation due to the smoke. No injuries, though. If the elevator actually protected us from, he says the elevator, it protected us from much more severe injuries, he speculates, because right where we were waiting and standing to get on the elevator, that area was highly affected, so they could have been blown up and killed on that. Wow. We are blessed that we were out of that area within, it may have been 30 seconds, he says, but we were out of that area before it blew up. Wow. That is a very scary and difficult one. One of the witnesses who came over and helped was helping people jump out of the building. Granted, it was only about 8 feet down, but he knew the survivors were terrified, wanted out of the building, he said, because they didn't hesitate. This also in the Star-Telegram today. He was walking by the next day, the man that was helping people jump out from 8 feet above, was working with getting people out of the building, talking to reporters. He went up after the interview was done and shook hands with the man that helped him get people out, and he traded phone numbers with him. He was another guy helping evacuate. He says the man doesn't speak English, but that didn't matter. In a situation like that, they both knew what they needed to do, and it was easy to work together. So that's a beautiful story of two strangers helping people get out, two men, and don't speak English, but they swap numbers afterwards, and they want to stay in touch. That's a beautiful thing to me. Okay, coming up next, we're going to talk about, you're going to hear from a mom on a viral rant on social media, how her daughter was made fun of for buying a knockoff Stanley coffee mug or cup, And so I can't wait to get into that. We'll talk about what generic thing did your parents get you when you were young that you were embarrassed about or got picked on for having it. That's coming up next. 800-288-WBAP is our number. Chris Krok Show. News Talk 820 WBAP and 93.3 FM. Craziness. The crazy weather's already hitting, huh? Chris Krok Show. News Talk 820 WBAP and 93.3 FM. Mom calls out bullies on a viral social media post after her daughter's knock-off Stanley Cup was mocked at school. Do you remember these days? Do you remember the days when your mom or dad would say, I'm not buying that expensive pair of shoes or coat or jeans, so I'm getting you the ones that look like it, but they're not the same brand, and then you wear them and you get picked on or humiliated or you're embarrassed at school? Oh, I remember those days. It seems I had many of them. Let's play this audio of this woman because she ultimately broke down and got her daughter the cup, which I think is a bad message. I don't think she did the right thing here, but other than that, I agree with her. Here, let's play her sound here. If I can get it. Here we go.
I don't post a lot of controversial content on my page. I usually like to keep things pretty fun, pretty lighthearted. I do a lot of voiceover content. With that being said, I'm going to keep this pretty short and sweet. This is the cup that we got our daughter for Christmas. This is not a Stanley. This is a $9.98 Walmart cup that she said she thought was cute. She is 9 years old. On the second day back to school after Christmas break, she comes home. She's not crying. She's just upset. The girls, all the other girls in her grade, I'm not saying all, maybe she said 9, 10 of them, all got Stanleys for Christmas. And they made sure to let her know that this is not a real Stanley, that this is fake and it's not as cool. So she comes home, she's upset. She asks if she can have a real Stanley. Do I think that a 9-year-old needs a Stanley? No. Do I have one? Yes, I have one. I don't have 50 Stanleys.
Let's pause this for a second. Why does a 9-year-old girl need a Stanley mug? The only reason why I would need something like that is because I drink a lot of coffee and I want it to be warm. A 9-year-old doesn't need a mug in school. So, oh my gosh, let's continue on.
In all different colors. I'm not going to Target and fighting other women or moms to try and get the new Valentine's Day Stanley. I have one. So that being said, before you come at me, if you're a mom, if you're a parent, and you can do something to keep your child from getting made fun of, to help fit in, you're going to do it. So we went and bought her a 30-ounce Stanley. In our area, at our local Ace Hardware, these are $35.
Dude, she bought a $35 coffee mug for her 9-year-old kid so that she wouldn't be picked on. That's stupid. That is stupid. Why does a 9-year-old even need a mug? I never brought a mug to school. How about you just don't bring one? I mean, that's what I would say.
Can we afford to buy her a Stanley? Yes. Did I think that she needed one? No. Apparently I've been proven wrong by the children in our...
No, you played by the 9-year-old pick on girls rules. You are not wrong. You were foolish, I believe. You were foolish. You're going to listen to the 9-year-olds taunting your 9-year-old? You're going to let them make a decision about buying something that the kid doesn't need? No.
But this doesn't start with the kids. This starts with us. This starts with parents, with moms. What are we teaching our kids? You better believe that if...
Well, you're teaching your kid that if she gets picked on, you get what she gets what the people picking on her want her to do. You're teaching them that terrorists win. Right? Now, I know these 9-year-olds picking on her aren't terrorists, but basically, terrorists win when they do violence against you, or they do when the people that are picking on you come after you. They win. You're teaching your daughter to break down and do what they want.
Our 9-year-old daughter came home and somehow we found out that she made fun of another girl at school for not having something name brand, whether it's a Stanley, Lululemon, Uggs, I don't care what it is. We would be calling the family. We would be making her write a note to apologize.
Okay, so she's telling me about how if her daughter did this, she'd be doing all these things. Listen, you. Shut up, get off the social media, and go find the parents. Say, what are the girls' names? And go talk to their parents. You don't have to be a jerk about it. You just say, hey, this happened at the school. I'd like you to, would you be willing to work with me here on addressing it? Talk to your daughter about it. Instead, you say, if it was my kid, this woman is an idiot. She's an idiot. I didn't think that earlier, but I sit here and I go, she's an idiot. She's going on social media and telling you all of her problems. You're an idiot, ma'am. You're a real idiot. You really are. Not because you did it or didn't do it, but because of what you're doing here on social media. You're an idiot. But I wanted to go. Feel free to chime in on whether this woman's being an idiot or not, a fool. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. But also, I want to ask you this one because I really couldn't wait to get into this. What generic thing or uncool thing did your parents get you when you were young that you were embarrassed about or got picked on for having it? And by all means, chime in with what you think about this mom and her rant here. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Well, my first memory of something like this is when I was in 6th grade. I don't think it was generic. It was just a Minnesota Vikings coat for winter type weather. And people made fun of it because the bright yellow and purple colors of the Minnesota Vikings. Not because they're not Vikings fans, not because we were in Chicagoland where the Bears play, but because the colors made me look like I was, a gay guy or something. I have no idea. So I was so embarrassed and picked on that I didn't use the coat anymore. I felt bad. My mom bought the coat, and there was nothing wrong with it. But, of course, I'm not a Vikings fan. She bought it because it was on sale at Sears Outlet Store. So that was bad. I was picked on for that. I just stopped using the jacket. But I didn't ask my mom to go buy me another coat. I don't know how it was adjudicated with my mom, how it played out, but nonetheless. So Minnesota Vikings jacket. But then, holy crap, here's the apex. Are you ready? 8th grade. I don't remember if I got picked on, but I was so embarrassed. My mom got me Air Jordan knockoffs. This is at the pinnacle of the Air Jordan stuff. Because I'm in 8th grade. I'm 50, so that must have been like 85, 12. Yeah, I was about 12 or 13. Yeah, 82, 83. No. 84 or 85 or 86, right around there. With Air Jordans were huge. So she got me generic Air Jordans. Oh, come on. I was even embarrassed. Nobody said anything to me, but I don't remember. I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, please, shoes, get worn out real fast so I can get rid of you. Mom, you're torturing me. I don't recall getting picked on for that, but I do remember that. And then I had a cheap leather coat. I think my mom again got it from the Sears Outlet Store. And it was funny. This one girl that I had a big crush on asked me if she could use it and wear it, and she did. So I couldn't tell if she was picking on me or if she actually liked the coat. I could not tell. To this day, I don't know. But there I was. So I'll play the last part of this mom's thing, but it really annoys me. What do you think about this mom? Was she wrong to break down and get her daughter a freaking $35 Stanley mug for her 9-year-old because she was getting picked on for having a generic one? And what generic thing did your parents get you when you were young that you were embarrassed about or got picked on for having it? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. And we're also going to play the rest of that rant, and then we'll talk about drone deliveries from Walmart to your house and why I would never do it. That's next to the Chris Krok Show on News Talk 820 WBAP and 93.3 FM. Cold weathers are coming. Possibility of a tornado warning, if you will. No, it's a warning, not a watch, from our meteorologist. Yes, it's a tornado watch, which doesn't mean it's coming, but it could happen. The conditions are appropriate for Rockwall and what was the other one? Kaufman County. Thank you. I got a good producer over there, Garrett. Garrett 1, the original Garrett. Let's play the rest of this lady's rant about her 9-year-old being picked on because she had a knockoff cup that looks like the Stanley cup that cost $35, but it's not. She broke down and bought it, which is really dumb. A 9-year-old doesn't need a $35 mug.
Her apologize in person because that's not what we do in this household. And that's what we need to be teaching our kids. It does not matter. It's great. If you want to have name brand things and you can afford name brand nice things, that's great. We are fortunate enough that we can afford name brand things. But once again, we're trying to teach our kids that they don't necessarily need that. Things are earned. You have to.
All right, I'm done. She's boring me. Yeah, get out of here. Goodbye. You're wrong. As Trump would say, wrong. All right. Walmart is making, this from WFA TV Channel 8, Walmart is making the largest drone delivery in Dallas-Fort Worth. And then from Fox 4, Walmart, drone delivery will soon be available to most DFW residents. Oh, boy. They're expanding its drone delivery service in DFW, the Metroplex, 2 new stores adding to the list. By the end of 2024, by the end of this year, drone deliveries will be available through partners like Wing, Drone Up, Zipline, and up to 1.8 million households in DFW. That's a lot. You can now get packages from Walmart delivered by drone, and we got some of the areas I'll share with you, but I don't want this. Do you want this? Can I tell you something, how bad this is? And by the way, you can tell me if you would actually use the drone delivery from Walmart. There's no way I would. Our number is 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Would you actually sign up to get your groceries delivered via drone to your house from Walmart? 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Here's why there's no way in heck I would, or will. And I bet you my wife will agree 110%. You know why? Have you ever tried to return something at Walmart? Isn't it usually a disaster? You have to wait in line for a long time. Their hours for returning things are nebulous and not very generous as far as when they're available for return. Second of all, actually, number one, they can't even get. You know how you can order online from Walmart or on your app on the phone and pick it up? They can't even get that right half the time. Have you ever done it to them? It's a disaster. They're lazy. The people, I'm being very serious. This is like multiple times we used to do this. We stopped. The people are lazy and they don't look for things. Oh, that wasn't on the shelf. Really? I can't tell you how many times I said, okay, and then I go into the store and find it on the shelf and go, it's right here. So I have to go into the store anyway. If these folks mess up orders regularly, all the time, when you order it for pickup at Walmart, why in God's name would you want it flown to your house and it'll still be wrong and be probably even worse? Because at least when you're at the store, like I've done over the years, I don't do it anymore. We haven't done it probably 6-8 months, maybe a year. When I go in person, I'm face to face with them, and I'm going through this, and they're like, "Well, there's none on the shelf, so we took that off because it's not on the shelf, or we got a substitute." I'm like, "It's there all the time." Well, it wasn't there. Liar. Nope, I don't want it. Take it off. And then I walk in and I get it. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm doing your work for you. So they're going to get it wrong just as much, if not worse, than they do when you're face-to-face with them picking it up. See what I'm saying? If they messed it up face-to-face and they say that they couldn't find it when there's none on the shelf when it is, what's going to happen when they fly to your house? They're not going to care at all, and they're not going to see you face-to-face, so they really could care less. They're going to put whatever they find on the, that's remotely close, throw it in there and send it to you. Oh, it's a substitute. It's not what I wanted. Oh, it wasn't on the shelf. Yes, it was. Good luck getting him on the phone. No. Second of all, drone delivery? How will that work if it shows up and goes through your window or drops eggs or something like that? This is no. Hard no, hard pass. How about you? Would you actually sign up to get your groceries delivered via drone to your house from Walmart? 800-288-WBAP. Okay, here is lots of people in North Texas says Dallas News can get ready to order Walmart and have the item delivered via drone. There's a long list of zip codes. I don't know, man. I'm not in there. Wait, no, it's one number off from my zip code. That's funny. There's too many to read off to be boring. East Dallas, Frisco, Garland, Little Elm, The Colony, Hackberry, Mesquite, Murphy, Plano, Parker, Richardson, Rowlett. That's where you can do it right now. No. Maybe one thing. Oh, we got to get one thing. Okay, deliver it now.